Thanks, Dunkers. Yeah, let's have a look at them in the paddock as jockeys just make their way out to speak to connections ahead of this 5-furlong nursery. 0 to 60 is the grade here, so low-level stuff really. Sands of Seve is the first horse we can see for Robert Cowell and Edward Greatrex. Yard in good nick at the minute. Plenty of them running extremely well. Those that aren't winning, he's had loads of seconds and thirds recently, as Robert Cowell. Cheap Pieces going on for the first time. Yet to get anywhere near to winning a race, I suppose, would be a fairly significant negative, but right style of racing for this track. Inside draw, unexposed. There's positives there, I think, with the horse at the foot of the weight, Sands of Seve, who was a beaten favourite at quite a short price last time out. It had been big prices in maidens and novices, and clearly better was expected. Now, I think the following horse is number 4, but let's just move to number 2 first. Warrior Queen dropping back 2. Just a touch on her toes, James Horton's filly. George Wood takes the ride. Well beaten on her first 2 starts. We got much closer when finishing 4th behind Mighty Vega last time out. And might well just be able to build on that a little bit here from stall 3. Made the running on that occasion. A set of tactics, no bad thing around here as a rule. Let's go back to where we started with that horse, and we can find the top weight. Blindfold games for George Bowie and Billy Lochnan, number 1. Tongue tie goes on for the first time. Handicap debut at Lingfield last time out and just touched off behind Mad Unicorn. That was a step forward from anything that had been shown in qualifying for a mark, and again was fairly prominently positioned. The next horse is number 3. That is Ken Brulee for Mark Usher and Tyler Hurd. Finished 6th here last time out behind Solar Invincible. Would need to improve on that, you would imagine. Number 6 is it next? Calabrian Soldato for Lemos de Souza and Jack Dace. Yard just had Marseille and run well in the previous race. Cheap Piece has gone for the first time. Not got competitive so far. Would need to improve on this handicap debut this evening. Back round to the other side of the paddock again, and we can find the second of the horses there, which is number 4, Rosie Is Me Darling, for Haley Burton and Luke Morris. Luke fresh on the back of a 4-timer at Lingfield yesterday afternoon. And Rosie's My Darling, who was second last time out behind Mad Unicorn, ahead of Kiama and Sands of Seve, who was sent off favourite for that race. Definitely a fairly interesting runner, I would have thought, after that run last time out. And let's have a look at Kiama, number 5 on the card, dropping back 2 more. This is the one we'll finish on for Dylan Cunha and Sean Levy. Dylan amongst the winners at Southwell earlier on in the afternoon. His team in good form, runners at Meydan as well tomorrow. They had a nice winner at Kempton last night. Kiama, a Space Blues filly. She went quick in that race at Wolverhampton behind Mad Unicorn last time out, and arguably a little bit too quick. Now, Circulamation has come out to win here last week, taking a step forward, so that form is looking okay, and maybe Kiama did just go a little bit too hard, so it's not impossible to see that one reversing the form with Rosie Is My Darling. Yeah, it's an open-looking contest, isn't it? Easy to back blindfold games. 3 days on from that close second at Lingfield. It was a good effort in defeat behind Mad Unicorn. Mad Unicorn obviously tied into the form of a few of tonight's rivals as well. So that kind of provides a little bit of a guide. Mad Unicorn was the horse that beat Rosie's Me Darling, Kiama and Sands of Sevi when Sands of Sevi was well backed for that handicap debut. So there's a little bit of a link between them all through Mad Unicorn. I thought Kiama and Rosie's Me Darling were the two most interesting horses. Kiama, I expect to go forward once again. Sean Levy taking over in the saddle. Third in that Wolverhampton race at the back end of last month. There is just a chance that they end up overdoing it a touch in front, I guess. And again, I'm sort of looking at Rosie's Me Darling and Luke Morris, who tends to read these races well and be in the right spot tactically. And whether from stall 2 he can just get her in behind the pace, not with too much kickback, and she might just be able to pick them off. She seemed to be suited by a drop back in distance to the minimum trip last time out, and she perseveres with that shorter distance. And at the prices, I'd probably just be favouring her. It was her and Kiama that I was kind of liking the look of. I took that Wolverhampton form as maybe some of the most interesting. It's not a race that I've bet in. I've saved the bullets for that front till a little bit later on in the evening. Kiama is well backed at the top of the market, 11-4 currently. Blindfold Games going the other way at 3-1. Sands of Sevi 5-1 this time around. Does have that form to turn around with a couple of them. Those at significantly bigger prices are needing to show a lot more than has been the case to this point, and there's not been an obvious reason as to why they would do better, but I guess you kind of think in the odd instance there's some headgear on and it's the handicap debut. Those kind of factors can come together to see an improved performance, but the market not particularly forewarning that there might be any improvement with those at the significantly bigger prices. There's Rosie's Me Darling going to go forward under in-form Luke Morris. Mentioned in the paddock that he had that 4-timer down at Lingfield yesterday afternoon. He was among the winners here last week as well. So, as ever, Luke enjoying a good all-weather season. Still the early stages of it. It's a fair chance, you would imagine, here on Haley Burton's filly by Land Force. And then we've got one more to load forward to complete the line then for our third race of the evening. It's the second nursery as well. This is the top weight going in. Blindfold Games and Billy Lock now.
Ready? And they're off. They raced away. Jumping 5 furlongs in the Sky Bet Builder Bet Nursery Handicap Stakes. Well into stride, black and white, the cheap pieces. Kiama heads over toward the running rail to lead the way. From Calabrian Soldato, more toward the rail is Sands of Sevi, white with the purple cap, black and red for Rosie's Me Darling. Then behind that one is Blindfold Games in the dark blue and green. To the inside of her is Warrior Queen. At the back of the pack is Brulee in the dark blue and white. They race up towards halfway. It's Kiama and Sean Levy who show in front by a length over the ridden along in second Calabrian Soldato. Next against the rail then, still there in third is Sands of Sevi. Wider out, ridden along for more is Rosie's Me Darling. Warrior Queen is also hard at it. Blindfold Games trying to get involved. And then Brulee racing then down towards the final furlong. Kiama joined by Rosie's Me Darling. Between him is Calabrian Soldato. Blindfold Games is staying on, but they're inside the final half. Rosie's Me Darling's come through to catch Kiama now. Between him Calabrian Soldato. Rosie's Me Darling the winner. That's a photo for second. Kiama and Calabrian Soldato involved. Then Blindfold Games and Brulee.
Well, it's that Wolverhampton form that comes to the fore. Rosie's Me Darling and Kiama first and second here. They were second and third in that Wolverhampton contest. I say first and second. Might just actually be Calabrian Soldato that's got second at the line, but there's no doubt about the winner. Rosie's Me Darling has scored for Luke Morris. 100-30 returns for Haley Burton, the winning trainer. And the drop back to the minimum trip did seem to suit last time out around Wolverhampton. That in lane 2, swings wide into